Hello guys, and welcome back to my Menace playthrough on Expert difficulty. Now, I had some issues with recording, and so I had some free time, and I decided to start a new playthrough on normal just to test out some things because I didn't want to advance this playthrough, of course, so I can keep it for the YouTube series, but um, I wanted to try out some more things. On Expert, I feel pretty limited with the supply points and everything, so I went and played quite a bit on normal, and I actually went further than the current playthrough we're on. So I actually ended up going much further and actually more or less finishing. So I know quite a bit now, um, and so I have a bit more knowledge on the game, so that's gonna probably weigh in here a lot more. You might see me doing some things where if it would be your first playthrough, you probably wouldn't know unless you looked up on guides or something. But regardless, we're gonna continue this playthrough until we can get as far as possible here. So I wanted to do this one because it would this mission here, POW Rescue, because it removed the debuff that we're getting for the operation, which reduces our intelligence level by 2. And now again, I know from my normal playthrough that intelligence level 5 is pretty good to have. It will make you so you can see pretty much every unit, like exactly what it is on the map. So that's what I'll try and achieve. And that's probably the next OCI I'll unlock after this mission. Anyways, we have this mission, and the way I set it up is we're gonna go forward here. POW Rescue is basically there's two groups of civilians. As soon as you get next to them, you take control of them. We did that before against the pirates in one of the previous operations, and you have to send it back to your deployment zone. Now there's a lot of enemies on the objective itself, but in this mission I believe the enemy gets also more reinforcements, so they can come in from the edge of the map. The secondary objectives to complete within 12 rounds and 15 rounds, I'm gonna ignore those. It's very unlikely we'll be able to do it. Even on normal, I had difficulties because just getting those guys back to the deployment zone, it takes a couple of turns for them. I was able to do it on normal, but I had this other guy called Escon, and he's a pretty good APC driver because he gets some buff to get more movement, and he was able to basically bust them through the deployment zone. But we don't have him here. We don't have that kind of setup, so I probably won't be able to do these secondaries. So what I set up here is I ended up going with these Jaeger fatigues on limb because it provides extra concealment, and since we're at night, it's going to further reduce the vision and detection of enemy troops, so we should have a pretty good stealth build for limb. Case as the MR could help out against some weapon teams, and then he gets a designator and the binoculars to improve his vision. Of course, he's not going to be as... And I had enough for a promotion. I decided to give him Berserk. I really wasn't sure about between Berserk or Run and Gun. They're both pretty useful, but I thought Berserk could just be a little bit more useful than Run and Gun. But Run and Gun is pretty good. On my normal playthrough, I had it, and it was really good. And I have 2 promotions left with him, so I'll probably go Run and Gun and Counter-Strike. But Counter-Strike only works if he's getting shot at, so ideally you don't want too high concealment on him, and you probably want some better armors. I had some class 3 Recce on my normal, and it worked pretty well because whilst he could be stealthy, he could also be shot at from time to time, and that kind of worked out because he was able to return fire, especially against weapon teams that fire at him. With Counter-Strike, he just like turns around and instantly shoot them. Anyways, Pike, we went with this setup. Now the Crocodile, I don't want to keep it on him because I eventually want to get firing line. This allows you to essentially get 3 attacks per turn if he's stationary. But since we don't have anybody else that can use the Crocodile, we'll have to keep it on him. And the Crocodile does hit that Light Walker breakpoint, which the Rogue Army have a lot, as we saw in previous missions as well. Ryu, I'm bringing her with the ATGM because you never know if a heavy tank is going to show up. Again, 2 ammo cases and the AGL. I really think the AGL is the best anti-infantry weapon in the game on a vehicle mount. Yeah, it just deals with any infantry. We've seen it before in like other missions where she completely destroys enemy infantry with this. And Carta, I give her the M8 mortar. Now the M8 mortar's not that good, but I don't know what else to give her. Like, I could give her an ATGM, but we already have it on Revo, and it's the vehicle version, which is even better. and so I don't really feel like, I don't know what else to give her. I could give her POW, but we already covered the AT option, so there's not much else in here. So I'll go with the medium mortar, even though it's not that great. I've used it before in, like I said, my normal playthrough, and it was missing a lot, and when it was hitting, it was not doing that much damage. Anyways, we're going to deploy on this side. We'll push through here. We'll try and neutralize them. They probably gonna have some towers, and then we'll move to the right side and get these guys here. So let's do this.
I'm always ready to fight.
Going.
So we're gonna push them as fast as he can, and because of nighttime, we get -2 detection, -2 vision, and -25 accuracy. But anyways, I'm just gonna deploy him from extra concealment. Now, like I said, I'll try and bring this playthrough as far as I can, but if there's a mission I just can't do or whatever, or we just end up losing, it is what it is. A lot of things, because it's the first playthrough, I learned that new tricks, actually on Pike it's not too bad, but on pretty much everybody else that doesn't have below 5 growth deployment, like Carta, it's pretty much wasted. So yeah, I did some mistakes, but that's why this is the first playthrough. It is what it is. I'll still try and finish it, and I'll probably do another YouTube series on this game later. That's an ATGM team. We have to take that out. I don't know if it got vision on any of our guys. Nobody's got vision yet. So what we could do is, I've also learned previously that you can toggle the enemy field of view here with R. And what he can do is he can go sit inside this bush or this forest, and forests are very good at concealing. As you can see, if you toggle the field of view here, or the enemy line of sight, not the field of view, you can see that it has this little square around it. That means that if you're inside the forest, you're not being spotted by the guys in the tower. And being in the tower pretty much gives the enemy the highest concealment possible anyways. Or the highest detection and vision possible anyways.
Ready, Major.
So he can go all the way to here. And he shouldn't be... hard to tell. The problem is that because they're the same color, it's hard to tell if he's going to be spotted by the tower or not. There's a light walker in there. Let's try and go in this forest first. Well, he's got to go in this forest before. So as you see, he's not spotted here. I think we can even go here because, again, it's hard to tell because it's the same lines as your movement range. I hope they change that. They make it more, there's some conscripts there. So essentially what I want to do here is probably drop Carta off and set her up. She won't have enough AP to fire the mortar, but she can set it up. I don't want to push the APC because that's really bad with an ATGM team. They can easily... We've seen it before in the first mission where we took a ATGM. And she's out of range with the GL as well. What we could do is we could mark it with Lim and shoot an ATGM at the tower, which will destroy the tower. Well, it won't destroy the tower because it's got 300 health. But that could be good.
Shoot your flank!
And yeah, like I said, I've played a lot on normal. I've learned a lot of things as well in between. And there's a good chance he could suppress them here. You know what? I'm gonna mark the walker. And I'm gonna shoot at these guys, and you should have a lot of firepower to where when they're suppressed. It's not that good, but actually I'm gonna undeploy them because I'll probably push them further to this forest. We just gotta delete these guys. We just gotta get them off the tower here because that's essentially, yeah, we got good accuracy here. very good. We'll shoot another shot here with 5. One thing I was thinking about our expert run that we have currently. Okay, so she was kind of useless to do that, so let's put her back up and into the APC because I want to drive her and set her up in the forest here so she gets a pretty good range on whatever's on this side.
Okay, okay.
And with her, we could just do this. Now, if we try and move here, you're gonna see that we have some. If I try to move here, we can see that there's some tiles we can't move. So it's either I go through this forest, but I'd rather not break the trees, or we go from this side or this side here. So I think that's probably the better call. But if we want to drop Carta off here, I think it's better off if we go through this side.
Detail on duty.
So we'll do that. We'll move her on this side, and because we're gonna have to get to this POW anyways. I'll rotate her on this direction, so we don't waste some AP next turn moving in that direction or rotating. So as long as nobody's in this tower, we shouldn't be spotted. I'm gonna try and get Lim a little bit more forward. Now we can go here, which is very valid. However, if there's a guy in this tower, we could easily get spotted, so I don't want to deal with that situation. So we'll put him here. So yeah, so there's a HQ. Now HQs and Jaeger teams, I believe, have the best vision or whatever, because does it says they have the binoculars? No, but I believe the Rogue Army officer can mark targets. Now we could fire our DMR at the officer. It is pretty this kind of setup is pretty good against weapons team and the HQ unit here. But because they're in the tower, I believe they get some extra protection. So, like, the chances of this working isn't that high. We're too far to use our K-Pack. The SOF K-Pack, by the way, I think is probably my favorite assault rifle in the game. It's not the best, so it's definitely not. Yeah, it's not the best, but I just like how it plays. I just like the model. It looks very nice. I just like the SOF K-Pack a lot.
Sir?
Now what we can do here is set up Carta there, and she would have enough. She would also, no, she wouldn't have enough there because she doesn't have deployed. This one she would have enough to set up the mortar this turn. And as you see, it's 50 AP to fire the shell. So we won't be able to shoot 2 times per turn unless we bump her up with pike, but I don't think that's a very good idea. She does have a perk called, she does have the full send perk. So if she had that, she could shoot twice per turn. And you can see the range here, it covers a lot of this. It even covers this tower. So we can start shelling that.
Okay.
As you see with Ryua here, the enemy can, if we put her here, they're gonna see her, but if we put her here, we should be good. Now I don't know if I want to waste an ATGM shot on the tower because there might be some more armor later down the line that we have to deal with, so I'll probably just move her up a little bit here, and we'll try and suppress them with the mortar or something. The goal I want to do is suppress this tower here so they don't have a vision on these forest tiles, and move them to this forest tile there.
We got visual.
Okay, we got people in there too. That's something we're gonna have to take care of. Some infantry here. That's a pretty good target for the mortar. So I think I will do that. I think I will give. He could give extra accuracy to that. That's not too bad. He doesn't have any shots with this, so I think I'll just give Carta an extra shot here. And I'll probably mark this. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just I guess I could have moved him up, but I don't have anywhere else to send him. And these guys are actually getting a bit closer, which is a bit weird because I definitely wouldn't do that. But let's try and get rid of this guy in the tower. So that's what I mean with the mortar. It's like, it's not very accurate, even if you mark them, even if you do all that. It does do some decent suppression, but with 1 shot, that's not enough. That's why you need 2 shots, maybe even 3 shots to do something. Now, Lim has a pretty good targets here. So That's why I like the K-Pack. It's really, really good. Especially against these conscripts which have 0 armor, it just goes like that. You get a little bit of berserk like this, you hit them. And that was medium accuracy too. Look at that, it just really mows down people. I don't want to use the DMR because it also will make us, I believe it removes all the concealment, so it would make us spottable if we do that. So I'd rather not do that. We can also mark that tower, I guess, just to waste
Bullet
AP.
for every taker.
So those guys are gonna leave.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, the main thing is getting rid of that. Now I could try and push up with Rio because I wouldn't be in range. I need to push up 2 tiles, so I'd need to be like somewhere around here. I would have a shot, but if that doesn't kill it, if this GL shot doesn't kill the tower or the guys on the tower, we're in big trouble. So I'd rather not
Your major has failed you,
do that.
sir.
So again, I think we're gonna give the extra AP to Carta so she
Ready
can
on
get
my
2
signal.
shots, and I guess I can
Coordinate
increase the accuracy against those guys. So those guys went in the fog of war, or yeah, they went in the fog of war. They came back. It's a little thing the AI do, which is like if they can't shoot you, they'll just try and get outside your weapons range. So it is what it is, but yeah, we have excellent accuracy, but the shell can still scatter, so that's what happens here. That was a good shot, but it doesn't do enough. See, that one completely scattered. So we do have a lot of ammo though because of not Team Spirit, shared a load, and we did bring an extra ammo bag, so it's not too bad.
What?
Now she can definitely hit them here, but I'd rather hit these guys because they haven't went.
Orders.
So with these we should have a pretty good accuracy there.
Keep it up, Marine. Medals don't.
Now we don't have enough to
Better
go
shape up,
here,
Marine. Hoorah!
so we could try and just scan that. Now we have to be careful because we already went through 4 shots of this, so have to be a little bit careful here. Guess we can lace that. I don't know if that does anything on the tower. It does seems
Okay.
to be a bit bugged. I will go with this shot here,
They cower like dogs.
and we're still not spotted, and we took care of that. Yeah, I really need to get that HQ out of the outside that tower. I could give with Pike instead, give Rio some AP so I can push her up and shoot some GL shots there, because this is getting pretty tedious to do. Like I said, the mortar's just, yeah, I think I'll do that.
Ready on my signal.
Coordinate receive.
Sir?
I will take a shot with the mortar though. I think I'll maybe hit these guys instead.
Engaging the enemy.
Okay, that wasn't too bad even though it missed, but it still did enough damage to kill 2 guys. Like that's what I mean with the mortar, it's so unreliable. So sometimes you get direct hits that like
What?
one-shot people, and sometimes you get direct hits that do nothing. So that's what I mean, it's like a little bit weird how the mortar acts. It's just too unreliable for my liking.
Major, keep your eyes on this Marine.
Alright, so now if we... Sometimes you have to press R to retoggle the fog of war, but you can see it now. What we could do is hit this guy. Have pretty good accuracy. I mean, we do have a lot of rockets. And I made those guys flee. Yeah, I think we're fine to push up here because as long as there's nobody in that tower, we're not gonna get spotted. Okay, and as I say that, there's somebody in the tower. Great.
About time.
That's definitely unfortunate. I'll still try and push them to this tree line here,
Moving.
which should reveal a lot more enemies, hopefully. They're still unspotted, but again, that's an issue because if there's an ATGM team somewhere and they set up, that's pretty bad for our APC here.
Sir.
I think I'm just We could just go with Rewa and try and neutralize these guys here. And the only time I believe the enemy is... see, their vision is reduced to one tile because I believe that happens either when they're retreating or if they're pinned down. If those two happen, then their vision is restricted to their adjacent tile, so you can get pretty close to them. And again, I will probably try and push up a little bit here.
Sir. Orders?
I'll get Lim a bit further into this tree line here.
Alert, alert.
Okay,
Enemy
see?
hardware.
See a walker here. It still doesn't see us, so that's good. I'll wait here. We can actually mark the walker. If anything, it will tell us where it is. If not, we can shoot it with an ATGM shot next round with Fariwa. This is actually not too bad. I will advance Pike to this tree line that Lim was in.
On task.
Okay, so these guys, they might go in the tower. We need, I think we just need to shoot them with Carta. Okay, that wasn't good enough. We need to make them more than suppressed. Pin down, that's good. And they're also fleeing. Are they? Yeah, they are fleeing. Those guys might spot the APC, yep. That's gonna be an issue because, yeah, I didn't want them to destroy that piece of cover because there's not much cover to push up onto this one. But that's fine, we'll have to take care of that. Now we can either shoot it with the croc from Pike, but that's most likely going to require 2 hits from it. Or we could just shoot 1 ATGM here and be done with that, and then Ryu can just GL the other guys here. I think that's probably the safest bet here.
Sir.
We could also save some. I don't think the walker has that much vision. We pretty much only need to kill these guys here to really make the walker flee. Let's see here.
Engaging hostile.
Hoorah, Marie!
Hoorah.
How are they still seeing it? Oh, that must be a bug or something. Is it these guys? No, that's their line of sight. And this guy's line of sight is all the way to here, so I don't know how they're able to spot my APC unless there's somebody else in here that we don't know about. Alright. I will undeploy him though. Maybe I could try and finish them off or shoot a bit of them. Yeah, whatever.
Sir.
What?
Okay. It's because Lim has the extra concealment. That's what's going on here. All right, but I guess the walker did not act, so that was kind of good. We're gonna try and hit it up with this,
Components are damaged.
and it will take 2 shots here. It will actually not kill it in 2 shots because of the damage fall off. We need to deal with these guys again.
Keep suppressing them!
Now, even with low discipline, these guys might come back. I will just use probably a shot on this tower because there's definitely still some enemies on there. Completely whiffed. Completely went elsewhere.
There, movement.
Okay.
Where movement? I didn't see. Oh, movement here.
Of course I could do it. Unit obliterated.
Now I want to get these guys, so I'll probably move here to rescue them. And I'm gonna rotate back to this tile here. So he came back, we definitely need to get rid of that. But his engine is destroyed. Spalling damage, I don't know what it does. Engine destroy means he can't move at all. Stabilizer's damage, I think it makes him also harder to move. But we do need to kill him. I don't know if one of these is worth it. Don't have any armor pen with that. We'll take one more proc shot here. And we'll give Lim more AP so he can move a bit further here. We'll send the VIPs to the back.
Sir?
What was that? It seems as if we found a threat here. I don't like that. I'll shoot at this. Yeah, I could hear some guys dying there. These guys, I'll wait to see if they move, but very likely they won't move here. There could be a guy in here, but we'll have to be careful. Still, I want to move up Pike a little, or Lim a little bit forward to get this objective.
Alert, alert! Weapons team!
Okay, so they have a tower. That's going to be an issue. Now, the tower can spot us all the way up to here. Ideally, I could rush towards this, but it might be too close to the tower and we could still get spotted. Actually, according to the Archie, we're not gonna get spotted there.
Enemy spotted!
So that's an autocannon team or something?
Moving!
Oh, Mouse doing some mouse things. Yeah, so we're not spotted in that tree line. Man, the R key, the show line of sight key is so darn useful. You can see where Rewa can go. I need to get rid of these guys in the tower. The GL is out of range, but if I wait next turn I can... Okay, that's not really good. I'm gonna spot that. Autocannon is gonna come close. But I won't be able to do anything here. I need to get rid of this mortar and auto. Okay, I think that's better than the conscripts. But we can get them with Lim either way here. So if I crouch, these guys should be pretty slow. Because we're using a suppressed weapon. We're not breaking our concealment. Can we go with these guys? Now because they're fleeing, we're not. They don't have that. They have a very small line of sight here. Although there could be other things here. I'm gonna hit these guys. They're pretty much down as well. See, their line of sight is much smaller when they're pinned down. I can move to about here and hit those guys too, maybe? Nah, can't. I can definitely hit the guys on the tower, though.
Put down every dog!
So like I said, there might be some enemies here, because I saw something spotted there. So I'll probably leapfrog from concealment to concealment. I might actually send Pike back, because I believe we can do it with just Lim and Rewa here. We could take out these guys. So I'll send Pike back to see what's up back here.
Up for it!
Okay, it's just some conscripts, so it's nothing too crazy. And they haven't even spotted us. We could try and shoot them with a mortar shot here. Let's see. Yeah, it's very inaccurate. I don't know where these guys went. They might have disbanded. We'll keep Carter here in this position. Okay, these guys are getting a bit closer. Okay, I don't know exactly which tile they're on. Okay, some more infantry here. It's a lot of conscripts actually. We've seen a lot of conscripts and like light walkers. Nothing too crazy. Is he gonna? He's gonna still be fine. Okay, so see, these guys are still alive, and they're actually going to go in the tower, and that's what I mean. On expert, even though you have very even though they have this low discipline debuff, they're still fine with their morale. Which I find a little bit annoying. I don't think it's really that realistic. So we can go to about here before we get detected. So even if we went in here, we would be detected even if we're in the trees. So that's another mortar squad there. We'll get 2 shots off if we get a kill. I can definitely guarantee that if we kill the mortar, it might also break these guys. So let's do that. I broke these guys. I don't have a whole lot of ammo, so we need to do a lot more work here. I just see the K-Pack just murders them. I'm gonna undeploy to try and push up the objective here. Alright, so we need to clear out the way for the VIPs first, but we can wait for that. I'd rather go with Ryu and hit these guys here.
Which of you
It's gonna activate Berserk, we can hit these guys. It's gonna kill them and we can hit these guys.
Bring me more.
And that's why I think the AGL is just the best infantry, anti-infantry weapon in the game for vehicle mount. Maybe we should have went with Pike Squad first because these guys just left. We can get the VIP actually into this tile. We know they're on this. What we can do is push up. We're gonna spot them. They've already acted, so they can't do any harm to us. We don't have a shot from this angle. I believe if we move there, we would have a shot. We won't have any AP to deploy. Let's just move here, see if we get a shot from this angle. We do. Now obviously if we deploy we'll get extra accuracy. This is very effective.
Always ready.
There's not much I can do with her except just maybe finish off this one survivor here.
Yes, I like how you work.
And I can even target these guys, sure, why not? See a direct impact and they're still alive, but to be fair, they were... Oh, ATGM team, we need to take care of that ASAP. Because one of these guys is probably gonna recover from its braking status, and they're gonna spawn my vehicle, and the ATGM team is gonna fire on us.
What?
So we need to get rid of the ATGM team here. I'd like to get rid of that machine gun team, but Lim could take care of that. Because anyways, we'd have to move, what is it, 4 squares to be in range. And I don't think we'll have enough to fire here for sure. We won't have enough. We can go on the road here. We are also running low on ammo on pretty much everything, like stuff on Lim. I think I'll just maybe finish these guys off. That wasn't that effective. Get the VIP inside the trees and that completes that objective. We can then move Pike back. I mean, actually these guys might come back, so make sure we double tap here. Yeah, on normal, they would have disbanded. But on expert, they just seem to have that much more, they just seem to have that much more morale. I don't know if there's still a unit there. I'm still gonna keep trying. MG's gonna be a little bit of a problem here. We could try and shoot them with the DMR with Lim. But we could get also a lot closer. This is actually not a bad position because it provides cover from the wall and concealment from the trees. If we can get our T a kill here, we can get Berserk and hit those guys after that. Let's do that. We only got 3 shots with the assault rifle. Let's go. Let's start using the DMR. As you see, we lost that eye symbol because we lost our concealment. But we gained it back because we weren't in range of anybody. And these guys are still retreating. Alright, let's get these guys here. Now the problem is we're gonna have this MG team there, which we're gonna fire on these guys. Which sucks a little bit. We'll just have to hope they miss or they don't do that much damage. Oh, they actually went outside the tower. He might have been out of range because the MG only has 8 range. They're setting up. I don't think they have enough AP to fire.
Sir.
They don't. We have to get the VIP out of here. Because it's a fenced off area, the only way they can get through is here, but that's fine because they'll be behind the building here. I guess we could just move up with Pike. It doesn't really matter at this point. And yeah, we're definitely not completing it within 12 and 15 rounds. Especially because you need to get these VIPs out of here. What I could do actually is actually go with Rewa. We just need to have enough to maybe proc Berserk here, so I'll go about that. We're also behind some containers. And now we're spotted, so there might be something there.
Of course I could do it.
That procs Berserk. That kills those 2 guys.
Well, okay.
Let's just keep AP farming with Carta, I guess. Yeah, there's still some people there. I want to get Lim back here. I'm gonna go in the trees. We might not be able to see him. Nope. Okay, first thing I want to do is get Lim back here.
Move it, Marines!
The reason for that is I want to see if who's spotting Rio. It could just be this guy here, which we're gonna take care of right now. Yeah, it was that guy that was spotting her.
You are so good.
Sadly, we don't have any more stacks here, or we don't have enough for another attack. And if he deploys and shoots at the VIP,
Cowering Kutta.
that's annoying.
What?
We did lose 1 guy. No, he's at 1. He's on 1 HP, bro. But that is kind of annoying because it does make the mission a little bit longer than it has to do.
Strong. This soldier's very combat effective.
Yeah, I mean at this point it's just getting the VIP
Listen up,
out of here,
we're
which is annoying because they got pinned down, so they're gonna spend a few turns doing nothing essentially.
Always ready.
I'll just try and skip through and just quickly get through this mission. I know it's a little bit boring. There's still some people in the tower. That was a direct hit on the tower.
Sir.
We actually can't even control the VIP. I'm gonna go back here just because it could prevent some rogue army units from coming here. Sure, I could go even here. Alright, whatever. We'll just keep Lim here.
Sir.
We can put Mike in this forest here. He's gonna help a bit to see if there's a guy. Rio's getting low on ammo on the GL. It's gonna probably take a lot of shots to bring that tower down. So finally we can do something. Put him behind this cover here. I'll take them on this side. Okay, so that's on her side. Alright, that's gonna be pretty easy. I'm just gonna mow them down like that. And we'll keep shooting the mortar on this tower. Because there's still people on the tower.
Orders?
I want to send Lim back just to not get surprised like we got with those other guys. To make sure the coast is clear in the back here, so we'll put him in the tree. I think it should be fine. I think we could just run
Sir,
through the extract. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna
okay.
skip turn actually on all my units. I'll still pass just to see what the AI does.
sir.
Sir?
Oh no, forgot to keep
About time.
Cardo shooting. I'm just quickly going through the turns here, but
Sir,
Sir?
yeah, I forgot to keep her shooting the mortar. But there's still people on the tower, because you hear the squishing sound of like people taking
Okay.
damage.
sir.
I actually forgot to deploy him.
Sir?
That's fine. But I don't really like the King Post M8 mortar. This is the medium mortar because there's another one that's like a lighter mortar you don't need to set up. You still need to deploy to fire, but there's the end of the mission.
That is why service
21
is
rounds
always
for
an end
this.
result.
I don't know if it was really... Yeah, it was fine. And again, just a bit more shots here just to get her... just to grind her stats a little bit. Well, that's it. That's the mission. We got a few items, so it's not too bad. 24 promotion points, and we removed the debuff that we had on our intel. Everybody's still doing fine. I see with Carta, she did a lot of damage to armor, but it could have been the building, the tower we were shooting in. She did do a lot of suppression, but if we look at Carta or Riwa or Lim, they did way more suppression, way more damage with their weapons. So yeah, Mortar is not really that good. But it's just we don't really have anything else to give her that she can make use her with her abilities. But now we get back 3 intelligence level 3, and it's a breakthrough. It's day. There's going to be a rogue army artillery here, and there's going to be a rogue army heavy tank. So we definitely want to keep the ATGM on Riwa. I don't think we have enough points for any promotions, but what would have been good is give her Fury, because the 40% base damage does give the ATGM quite a bit of power against the tank. Otherwise, we'll probably need about 3 ATGM shots, but that's okay. We just have to be careful with that artillery. There's also the laser walker there and another walker here. But I think we'll be fine if we attack on this side like we did last time. Just punch through the wall here. But anyways, that will be for the next episode. We got a lot of items. If there's anything I want from the black market, now would be a good time to get it because it will refresh. There's this missile or rocket launcher that's pretty good. It hits a couple breakpoints for the vehicles, so that could be good to get. Nothing really interesting here. There's another AGL, but I don't really need that. Nothing really interesting in this side. The VMAT, do we have a VMAT? We already have a VMAT, so we don't really need that. The sniper, I don't think is really useful, and there's nothing new. There's a high cap PPP, but I don't think that's worth it either. So yeah, probably will just keep my items for a better, a better role after the operation. Anyways, this is it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.